So in 2016, if you want to play Han Solo and you need his blaster, the best you're really going to be able to find, in my opinion, at a decent price, if you're a kid begging your parents to get something, is Nerf's DL-44. Now you take a look at this thing and you think about Han Solo. We got the basic shape down, right? We got the handle, looks pretty good. You know, the muzzle up here in some way replicates what you see on the screen. Sight, dials. It's cool because you can put darts in it, shoot your darts all over the place. But as a kid, you want screen accuracy. At least as a kid I did. And if you were lucky enough to grow up in the late 1970s and early 80s, and you were lucky enough to get one of these, you had Han Solo's DL-44. This is Kenner's Star Wars. This was also produced for The Empire Strikes Back as well, with Empire Strikes Back decals, but this is the original from '78, I believe, and it's an awesome toy to still have. I'm surprised I've got this after all these years in the condition it is, because it's a pretty flimsy plastic. It's very, very light. I don't know how to show you how light the plastic is, but I mean, if you give it, it just feels like it's going to break if you drop it on cement if you're out playing or something. But you take a look at this, and it's not 100% screen accurate, but I mean, for a kid's toy in the late 70s, one of the things that stands out to me is, or one of the cool factors, is that it's all black. It's not like this paint scheme monstrosity we have in 2016 to prove to everybody, if you're playing in the neighborhood, that it's not actually a real laser gun. You got the bright orange safety tip and the blue body, etc. I mean, it feels good. It's fun to shoot these darts. But you want to look like Han Solo. I mean, you take a look at this, like I said, not 100% screen accurate, but pretty darn close for a toy that was probably under $20 back then. One of the cool things about this is, if you take a look at the mold, there is an attention to detail here that's pretty cool. What they did is they molded on some of the screws that probably would have been found on the actual prop. You've got some real vents up here in the muzzle, not just kind of dimpled plastic. You got a sight you can look through. I don't know how we can see this on camera too well. Probably not too good. Oh, there you go. Another great thing about this gun was the fact that you could actually open it up, put some batteries in it, and get some laser sounds. Now, if you own this gun and you still happen to have it, or you owned it, one of the first things you probably lost were these battery cover knobs that so easily come off. Let's see if they come off after all these years without me breaking it. Yeah, here it goes. These things come off. I know I had lost one for a number of years and recently found it again to make this thing complete. But they twist off in an awkward way. You have to line it up exactly right. Let me try the other one here. See if we can get this off. Yeah, battery covers are always the first things to go in kids' toys. But yeah, these actually pop off the whole way too. I'm lucky and didn't have them fall off right now. But what you could do is actually throw 2C batteries in here and get some cool laser sounds. Now, I have no remembrance of how this thing actually sounded 30 plus years ago. Wow, more 35 plus years ago. But I've got $2 store batteries here that I bought this afternoon that we're going to try. I'm going to put these C's in here. Yeah, believe it or not, this thing actually takes C cells. This would probably be powered today with a couple of small watch batteries, but evidently battery technology wasn't what it is today. So we'll put these dollar store batteries in here. Why dollar store batteries? Well, I don't have anything that runs on C batteries that I can put these in once this little demo's over. But you're able to put that in there. They're in there. They look, well, a little loose, but that's probably as tight as it's going to get. And you got a trigger, and you also have this little extra button down here. I don't really recall, again, as a kid, how this necessarily worked, but I suppose you have to push this one down at the same time you pull the trigger and get the laser sound. We'll put this back on for good measure. See if we can get this to work. This has not been fired in decades. I don't have a good feeling about this. but we'll give it a shot. All right, we'll first just try the trigger. Nothing. We'll try this button and the trigger. I got nothing. Yeah, so maybe if I had some know-how, I could open this up and take a look at the innards and see what was going on with the electronics in there. It's probably not much of a difficult fix, but I kind of like the way this thing's look, or the way this thing looks, and I don't want to take a chance screwing it up. But take a look at that, 2C batteries. I can't imagine a toy today that would probably just make a little bleep sound that would require the power of 2Cs. You can see this thing has been through the ringer. I actually, if I didn't mention this already, had lost this battery, or not the battery cover, but one of the knobs here, and you can see tape residue from where I had to tape this thing on, I guess, to get it to work. There was also a Stormtrooper blaster that was much larger, but the same idea, you know, a black Stormtrooper replica that made electronic sounds. I only ever saw that one in the catalog, never was lucky enough to get that one. But I'm glad I did get this. Here, we'll get a little closer and look at some of the writing that's on the front of the blaster, see what this has to say. Wait till we get into focus here. Get in there. There we go. General Mills Fun Group Incorporated, 1978. By its division, Kenner Products, Cincinnati, Ohio. 49, what's that say, 202? 45202. Made in Macau, of all places. Interesting. So yeah, a Kenner original. Like I said, this did come out in 1980. Then, oops, sorry about the focus there, with the Empire Strikes Back branding, and I do not believe this ever came out with Return of the Jedi branding. It may have, but I don't happen to recall, and I remember having enough of those Star Wars catalogs that came with every toy you got to look at these over and over again. But here, I'll just turn this around so you can see. Again, I've said this a couple times, not 100% screen accurate, but pretty darn close. And I gotta be honest, I think all the scuffs and scrapes from my play as a kid kind of give this a cool, worn, and weathered look today. Again, those screw, well, that's a real screw there, it looks like. It's screwed on. But the other side, again, you got the stamp that looks like a screw. Look at the muzzle here in the barrel. There you go, Han Solo's DL-44 from Kenner. Probably, I would guess this wouldn't be 77, but maybe 78 or 1979. If you still happen to have one of these, let me know in the comments section if it still works for you, if there's an easy way to fix this. Also, let me know if you still have these two battery cover holders on there too, as again, those are the most easily lost things I can imagine a little kid would misplace while changing the batteries and have to have mom or dad tape this thing up like my mom must have. So hey guys, thanks for watching. Stay tuned for more cool Star Wars stuff, and see you later.